You watched American Fiction the other day. You do recommend. American Fiction. Comedy drama, but it is $20 on Apple, so I will have to wait for that. Jeffrey Wright. I don't know any of these actors or actresses. Anyways, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here in the Banshee Cup Qualifier number 6. Day number 1. My name is Bahamut. On the left-hand side, it is going to be Bathrobe and Bratwurst. On the right is going to be Space Goofs. This is the Meta Madness style of draft. Tiers that are picked and played are unavailable for future maps in this best of 3 series here in the upper bracket semifinals. Winner goes on to the grand finals later on today. We have one more best of 3 upper bracket semifinal coming up after this. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe so we can grow the YouTube page. All YouTube videos have extended time or additional spoiler-free additional time added to the VODs. So that way you don't know how long the series is based on the time signature. So we're going to Tomb of Spider Queen for the first map in this best of 3 series. As I mentioned, we got our Bathrobe and Bratwurst on the right, or on the left, and this will be Space Goofs on the right. Green Knight was meh. Oh, dude, Green Knight. I thought Green Knight was gonna be like a Dark Souls movie. Like I literally thought he was gonna go on an adventure, and he was going to fight stuff and die and be reborn, and it was just, yeah. They leaned very heavily into the fantasy aspect, and this is the thing that I always have with a lot of A24 movies. Like, they start strong, they have, like, the premise is really good, and then, like, halfway through, they're like, let's get super artsy with it. Like, the horror movie X, like, the start of it was like, okay, like, they're doing meta, they're breaking the fourth wall, literally talking about the movie premise while it's taking place, but then it's just, like, the old couple, like, being all weird, and it was just so disappointing. And then, like, I don't know. I haven't seen a good horror movie in a really long time, so I've just been so disappointed. So, there is a tournament in June, I think, in Berlin. What was the name of it? Nations Cup? The one that I was flown out to and I was there for? I was there for that. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Kevin for running an amazing event and having me out there. My first ever LAN. Funny enough, my first ever LAN that I ever worked was not even in the United States. I mean, I didn't make any money outside of the United States, US government. Anyways, Stereo Diablo gonna be banned away here. We have a Blaze, Ando, and Tracer. Okay, so it's Tomb of the Spider Queen. They could still Cho'Gall if they really wanted to. What kind of horror movies do you like? I really like I like a lot of different types. Slashers are okay, but they tend to be a little predictable and they're kind of whatever. Like, I love Cthulhian horror. I love Cthulhian horror. Like, that's like Annihilation, that was really good. Granted, the book is way better. They Clone Tyrone is technically a horror movie, but it's a comedy. That one's killer, dude. If you have not seen They Clone Tyrone, so good. Jamie Foxx kills it. Johanna Brightwing. I'm joking, like, I'm semi-joking, but semi-serious. The Cho'Gall would work here for Tomb of the Spider Queen. Their draft actually works out with it. Hypercarry Tracer and stuff. Okay. They're gonna play it safe and go Chromie Muradin. Welcome back, Baha. Are you feeling better? I am. We're doing all right. We're doing all right. We're not. We're not 100%. I would dare say we're at like 69% feeling better. But there still is some. There's still. I'd say that it's less pain, more discomfort, and I'd rather have that. Like it's less. Ow! Someone's stabbing me in my spine and my buttocks area, and now it's like, ah, man. I would equate it to like falling on your butt and you're starting to feel that soreness from like falling on your butt. I saw you there and I was too shy to talk. Oh, you should. Oh, by all means, do not ever feel shy or anything. I am just as weird as everyone else. I am just as nervous and weird as everyone else. Is there going to be another Nations Cup? I don't know, honestly. I have no idea. I was lucky that I got to be invited to that, to be honest, so. What's up, Cav? Good to see you. What's up, Ouija? 69 is better than 30%. That is true. A lot of Tomb games today, chat. A lot of Tomb games. I don't hate it. I like the map. Yeah, I just gotta take... I'm just taking positive steps forward that are helping me recover. And as I said before, I don't think this is going to be a quick recovery. I'm expecting, at minimum, 4 to 6 weeks before I'm starting to feel close to my old self again. But the big thing is going to be this Thursday when I go into the surgery consultation, if I need surgery, or if they're just going to give me a steroidal shot in the spine. On the right, it is Space Goofs. In the red, we've got a play on Muradin, EV playing your Tracer, X-Ray on Anduin, Dayquaza to play Blaze, and Yasu on the Chromie. To the West Ham side of the map, we haven't seen them yet today. It's Breakfast and Bathrobe. Sorry, Bratwurst and Bratwurst and Bathrobe. We've got an Ultralisk, Imperius, Dino on the Junkrat. Death Knight will be your Brightwing. Hazoab's Leoric and Johanna to be played by Masquerade. Wrong level 1 talent there, Ultralisk. I mean, if you go stab build, you just win the game. So long as you land the stabs. All right, well, we'll give this a few moments here. We'll let you see the level 1s. And then we'll just go ahead and start up that Twitch prediction for all of you lovelies at home. Celestial oh, nice Solarian Flare into Celestial Charge, the Concussion Mine, and that'll be first blood over to the side of Bathrobe and Bratwurst. Oh, Bandit, that is a stinky fart, my dude. That is a real stinky fart. Oh my god. What you doing, puppy? Huh? Well, Twitch gambles are up and available if you'd like to make a prediction. Thank you, Ash Mantle. But anyways, my whole thing aside, if you're a horror movie fan, skip the movie X. I guess I get, like, some of the kills are kind of cool, but it's a slasher film that gets a little artsy, and there's some scenes that I'm just like, oh my god, this drags on for so long. I get it, it's supposed to be creepy, it's supposed to make me uncomfortable, but it's just not. Great Concussion Mine. Muradin goes down, another kill over the side of... Are you now? But even then, like, Everywhere All at Once, that's an A24 movie. That was pretty good. I don't have, like, I'm not crazy overexcited about Everywhere All at Once like everyone else was, but it was pretty good. I'd say the Kung Fu in that movie was probably the most entertaining portion. Jet Propulsion. Chastise not connecting either. Alright. Top lane will continue to have a little bit of pressure from that minion wave. Tracer, or excuse me, Chromie rotates up to get the chance. Oh, that's another Celestial Charge. Met with a Leap of Faith, and I think Muradin's dead. No, not this time. 4,700 to 2K. We got odds. Let's see the time troubles for Chromie at level 2, level 4. Muradin able to Dwarf Toss out of this one. Alright, no less second gambles. Looks like we got odds. That's all good. Thank you again, everybody. Celestial Charge into Seal Trap. Chastise zones back the enemy, getting one stack on Piercing Light, but it's not going to be enough to stop Muradin from getting killed once again. How many deaths is that? Sorry, where are my buttons? 3 deaths on Muradin? Ouch. Ultralisk picks up the gem. Ultralisk wiggles and picks up the gem. Chromie throws down some sand, and that's the end of that. Leoric is going to go Paralyzing Rage level 4. That increases his slow from 40 to 60%. I will say this. I heard, I saw at the beginning of the Green Knight movie that it's based on a book, so I'm curious if the book is actually good. Because, like, the premises, like, the ideas in Green Knight were really fun. Like, it did kind of have that, like, Soulsy adventure. I seriously, I really love a movie where there's just a character that doesn't say a single thing the entire time. And it just literally, like, explores a vast world, fights big bosses, talks to some maidens, gets thrown into a pit by a bald asshole, that would do good. I don't know about, like, if you really focus on, like, the visuals, like, I feel like it could be an amazing movie. I don't know. I also really love a Darkest Dungeon movie. I feel like that'd be super cool. Like a Lovecraftian, Cthulhian horror, Darkest Dungeon adventure. It's an old book? Yeah, okay. Premise was cool, just the execution was not for me. It's an Arthurian legend, yeah. Definitely when the dialogue in that movie felt Arthurian, like the way that it's just, it's so... It got very wordy at times. Like, the main king was talking at a point, and I was, like, laying on the floor like, oh, I'm gonna take a nap, dude. You talk like molasses. Brightwing does go down. That'll be the first kill for the side of Space Goofs. They will pick up Johanna here as well. Ultralisk will go down, and things are not looking good for the side of Breakfast and Bratwurst and Bathrobe as they lose 4 heroes, lose any sort of gems for a turn-in, and give that turn-in over to the enemy. Adapted from the 14th century poem. It's a poem? Wow. Either that's a really long poem or they took some very big creative liberties. It's like I didn't get really excited about Demeter. There's that Demeter movie that's based off of, and no joke, it's based off of a singular chapter, if I'm not mistaken, of Bram Stoker's Dracula when he's crossing from Transylvania to England. And it's just, like, Demeter just takes place on the boat, which, if you go watch Bram Stoker's original Dracula, like, that portion is skipped pretty quickly. I don't know, Demeter, I don't know. Demeter doesn't seem interesting just because I feel like we kind of know how it's going to go, since it's just an adaptation of a chapter. And we've seen how that story goes. Muradin? No, I was about to say, he had like 9 HP. I was like, there's no way you actually make it out of that alive. I are back with a new phone, cheaper bill, and chili for lunch. Did you make the chili? Did you buy the chili? I'm excited about a cheaper bill and a new phone for you, but I'm actually more excited about the chili. Temporal loop onto Brightwing. She will go down. Webweavers are going to start opening up the map here, specifically through bottom lane, finding the fort. Poems get pretty... Oh, no, absolutely they do. But poems can also be extremely short, too. So that's why I don't know. Oh, they see Junkrat retreating. Celestial Charge reinitiates onto Anduin, and he's the one to go down. Pulse Bomb onto Hazuops. Conceptually, Demeter could have been good if it done right. Oh, so my theory was that it was kind of meh. Or my theory that it was kind of meh is correct. Blessed Shield from Johanna is not going to connect as there was a recall from Tracer, but it's enough healing from Brightwing to keep Masquerade alive, and no Webweaver summoned to either team, actually nearly identical on the amount of gems held by both sides. The local grocery store makes surprisingly good chili, especially with dip. Oh, dude, chili and cornbread? Get out of town. The Wikipedia page for the poem is longer than 90% of other things on Wiki. Jeez Louise. Okay, that is a long poem. Oh, isn't the Iliad, like the Odyssey and the Iliad and stuff like that, aren't those aren't really, like, those aren't books, right? I forget. Like, isn't there, like, a whole thing about the Iliad or the Odyssey? And that it's, like... I have a vague memory of this. 101 stanzas, 2,530 lines. That is a long-ass poem. Blessed Shield to follow up the Leap of Fate to save Muradin. Unfortunately for the side of Bathrobe and Bratwurst, they can't find a kill. The Orc manages bottom lane, and it's 8-5 in kills so far. See a potential turn in here. There's going to be decent damage onto Death Knight. Gets the activated Soothing Mist. Oh, they are books? Okay, sorry. I thought there was like something unique about the Iliad and the Odyssey or something like that, that they get mixed up to be books. Like, for example, a lot of people say, you know, the Bible's a book. The Bible is not a book, it's a canon. It's a collection of stories chosen by the religious people that quote-unquote best represent their religion. Muradin looking for the Stormbolt to chase onto Dino here. Can't land the CC necessary. Angelic, excuse me, oh my god, what is the name of the Wrath of Angier? Sorry, I kept saying all the wrong talent names. Wrath of Angier starts out that fight. They trade Leoric for Muradin, but the blue Webweavers have descended. That's going to be a good Celestial Charge into X-Ray. Can they chase him down? Absolutely. Eevee on the top of our screen is going to be taken down. Wait a second. Hold on. Hold the phone. There's enough of a stab right there to find the kill, and this is going to be Bathrobe and Bratwurst going to be cleaning up a bit of the enemy team. Hazuab's about to respawn. He's going to try and chase down. No, he's just going to soak up in top lane, while Blaze is going to be taken down this left-hand side. I don't think Dequaza gets out of here alive. Granted, he did get that oil slick. There's the pixie dust. There's the mount. No dismount, but Leoric's here. Steel trap. Okay, bye-bye. Vampire and a ship crossing the ocean could have been interesting survival horror if we didn't already know the ending. Oh, absolutely, Wildfire. Absolutely. That's why, like, when they were like Demeter, it's an adaptation from one chapter of Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's like, maybe they changed the ending, maybe something different happens. I doubt that. And also, like, that just doesn't seem like a fun premise. It just seems like, we'll get people in because Vampire and Bram Stoker. The Bible was the very first Bible. Huh? Oh, Butspot, it's good to see you. Entomb from Leoric down as the bunker from Blaze is activated. Yasu takes a Riptire to the face but does not go down. 12-6 in kills. 16-15 in our levels. Talontier advantage to the side of our blue squad as Bathrobe and Bratwurst look to steal away this camp. Muradin? They're going to scout this out, but they can't go in without that 16 Talontier. Stormbolt thrown back. A sustain from Tracer on that pressure. Blaze in bottom lane keeps any damage off the keep right now. Oh, who's holding what? We got 40 just about gems out of 60 for Bathrobe and Bratwurst. Boss is up. They could look to go boss. They could look to push up a top lane wave into the fort. Not sure what they want to do, but there's not enough for boss plus Webweaver. And it's not like they're close to it either. Boss's tag. Time Walker's pursuit. There's a Blessed Shield to initiate. There's a Polymorph as well. Tracer's going to recall. Burn every blink into the sidewall. Drops the Pulse Bomb with the level 10 Sticky Bomb addition or upgrade. Okay, hold on. Blink in. That's good damage. Junkrat goes down. Hazu picks up all those gems. Masquerade on this Johanna very low. Should go down to the right-hand side. Pops the Iron Skin, but I don't think it's enough. Wait, is it? Hold on. Indestructible activated the... Oh, no. There's going to be a triple kill for the side of Space Goofs, says Bobby... Or excuse me. Oh, my God. Too many B's today. Bratwurst and Bathrobe will lose 3. And they'll lose boss. And they won't have... Oh, this is going to be boss plus turn potentially. Leoric wants to delay. They've got a decent wave in bottom, by the way, but Blaze will manage that. Does Riptire do more damage depending on how close to the center of it you are? I don't remember. We can look. Hold up. Hazu in mid? No, he's fine. Create a motorized bomb with 1,033 HP that lasts 15 seconds while active. Junkrat is immobile and gains control of Riptire's movement. Riptire can be reactivated to detonate immediately, knocking enemies back and dealing 1,460 damage to near the center and gradually reduced to 902 the enemies on the edge. So yes, the answer, in short, is yes. The closer you are to the center of the detonation, you will take more damage. And as it radiates out towards the edge of the explosion, you will take less. Boss, Webweaver, gonna get the top lane fort right here. 12-9 in kills. It is 18.5 for both sides. Late game experience for the side of... oops, where are we going button-wise? Late game kills, pulling up that experience. You can actually see it's 12 to 9 in kills, but you actually have about 1,000 difference favoring the team with less kills. Space Goofs pushing up into the top lane. Thanks, you're welcome, Freaky. Always happy to help. Riptire from Junkrat, no level 20, so an extra oomph. This is mostly to clear out the wave and zone back the enemy. This is Time Walker's Pursuit onto Johanna. Jet Propulsion from Blaze says hello. There's an Entomb from Leork. The Light Bomb from Anduin coming out as well. Leork comes in with a Celestial Charge. Dayquaza drops the bunker in time and will be okay. As the boss is being pinged, can it take down the keep? No! The keep will be saved with just 1,046 HP. See the defense ping. Webweaver in bottom, by the way, has a decent wave crashing onto the keep, and Leork will go down there, so it's an offset fight. The keep does go down in top lane, and I think that's, yeah, I was going to say, that's good enough. You can just leave. 2 gems are needed for another turn-in, and they can get that off of mid lane wave really quickly. Space Goofs might be making a case for a map 1 victory here up against Bathrobe and Bratwurst. I'd say this is probably the weakest we've ever seen Bathrobe and Bratwurst. Granted, this is their first game of the day. They could be coming in cold, not warmed up or anything like that. Time Walker's Pursuit scouts at the enemy, but Dayquaza has enough. Blaze gets the turn in, no 20 talent here. Celestial Charge onto Muradin. There's an Entomb from Leork as well. He pops the Avatar, returns the Stormbolt to the enemy, has to Dwarf Toss out, had the Light Bomb. Could have stayed a little bit longer, but wanted to play it safe. That's a beautiful max range Bless to Shield, met by a Jet Propulsion from Blaze as the counter. Riptire coming out from Junkrat, and that will be Anduin the one to go down. Time Walker's Pursuit. Excuse me, the Temporal Loop onto Imperius, as we do have a Leork going down. Big Jet Propulsion from Blaze. The Wrath of Angiris is not going to be able to find someone, but the Stormbolt from Muradin does. Actually went into the Storm Shield level 20, the Hardened Shield. That's a dead Johanna. Are they making a case for this to be a map 1 victory on the side of Space Goofs? The Arc is Burning Despair. Also the Bright Wing with the Invisible Friends. Impervious for the Imperius. Extra Oomph for the Junkrat. Radiating Faith Johanna. We already saw the Hardened Shield for Muradin. The Git stuff for Tracer. Fortified Bunker on the Blaze. As he's going to Jet Propulsion in off of Ultralisk, who's looking for that Celestial Charge. Muradin Dwarf Tossing in. Has those block stacks level 1. Temporal Loop onto Ultralisk, who does go down. Alright, what do you want to do here? The Webweaver in mid is going to expire soon. The core has lost already 10%, actually 13% from that push in top lane. And it seems like that is going to be the end of any sort of siege in top. Alright, well, well, boss is up in a minute. Camps are grabbed across the map. Well, actually, there's no camps to be grabbed, so I guess you could just end. Or just take a steel trap to the face. Shield glare over the wall just to check from the Johanna. Muradin steps up with just some sustained poke, some sustained autos. No level 7 Skullcracker, went into the heavy impact as well as the Dwarf launch. Alright. It's not looking too bad, so we're waiting patiently to see how this team fight breaks out. If no camps, wait for camps, then throw. Oh, I didn't know that. Thanks, Ton. Steel trap onto Muradin. He's not going to be too threatened by that. Bottom lane still has catapults and stuff being cleared up by Ultralisk. 13-12 in a tense map number 1 in our third best of 3 of the day. Here in the upper bracket. Is this upper bracket semifinals? Yeah, these are the upper bracket semifinals. Up after this is another upper bracket semifinal, and then the upper bracket finals. We'll see what happens with all of that later on. Oh, goodbye, Muradin. That's a little Kaimo cleanse right there. The Bless Shield from the Johanna will be coming out. The Wrath of Angiris pulls Blaze out of position. Ultralisk looking to continue the pressure. Muradin's the one to go down. And all of a sudden, Bathrobe and Bratwurst turn on the gas and are able to take down 1, maybe make it 3. Burning Despair as Tracer will fall. Boss and Webweaver up and available for Bathrobe and Bratwurst, mind you. Boss and Webweaver availability. Brightwing's going to get 11 turned in. That puts it up to 44. Actually, not yet. Chromie saw this coming. This is no catapult in top lane. Okay. The Orc is going to try and turn in 28. He'll be able to get it. Thought Blaze would have a Twin Flame. Okay. What's the commitment for this push? Blaze clears out bottom, or at least tries to shove that back. Webweaver in top doesn't descend past the catapult, which is okay. Seems like... Okay, this will be scouted out. Yeah, they're going to try and set up in the bush maybe or something for a flank in the rotation. Is there enough for another turn in? 10, 23... No. Top keep is gone, or top fort's gone down. Keep being looked at right now. Webweaver far down the lane will lose health naturally over time. Concussion Mine going out as well. Decent damage onto the keep front gate. Some spread volleys zoning from Junkrat. Bathrobe and Bratwurst step in with Masquerade Condemned. Entomb from Leoric finds X-Ray. There's a big Riptire from Junkrat, but it only actually hits 2, so 20-second cooldown still on that one. Webweaver has arrived. There's the Temporal Loop onto Ultralisk. Wrath of Bangeris is going to be cleansed out actually from that Leap of Faith. Nicely done from X-Ray, but the top keep has gone down. Webweavers are arriving through mid and bottom is already exposed, so this could be a double keep phase. Mid is being saved, okay. Keep and top has already gone down. Boss will be cleared out from the core shots. And bottom lane keep, as I mentioned. I don't think it's going to fall here, but it's going to take significant damage. Actually, Blaze might not have this. Nah, he's got it. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no! Alright, no. A little bit of HP left on this keep in bottom lane. You can actually check if you're curious. 578. Like an empowered Q from Asmodan would do that. Alright, Jet Propulsion from Blaze. Here's a Riptire from Junkrat. If he hits 3, he's got the reset. Here comes another Riptire, I assume. Gets into a safer position, looking for that reset once again. Only hitting 2 with that one, but still. Chastise Piercing Light is done, but I think Bathrobe and Bratwurst, they are going to look for bottom lane keep. Realistically, you can just poke in with Junkrat or Chrome. Excuse me, just Junkrat, sorry. Chrome's on the enemy team. One more auto. Riptire going fishing for a reset. The enemy's going to be split here. And they get 2 with it. Bottom keep has gone down. Bathrobe and Bratwurst still have the advantage in the fight as the Blaze is dead for the next 25 seconds. And do they want to end here, or do they want to just kind of make us wait for them to decide to end? I'm not sure what they want to do. We'll have to find out in a moment here. Hazuabs lands the Drain onto Muradin. Has to get the phase shift from Brightwing. Blaze going to respawn here in 5 seconds. Another Riptire from Junkrat. Hits the Anduin. Tracer. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so Anduin goes down. Tracer tries to jump in the backline with a Pulse Bomb. Doesn't really work out. Muradin Dwarf launches in. Finds himself Dino, who's able to get the Concussion Mine out. Blaze comes in with the Pyromania and his Neural Stim Pack. Celestial Charge denies Muradin getting inside the bunker. And it will be a 2-for-1. Now, actually make it 2-for-2. Junkrat does go down. Can they even try and end if they get these kills? I don't think so. Now, I do want to point out, they were picking up gems during all of this. Boss is on cooldown. It's a minute 30 out, roughly. And it's only 8 gems away from a Webweaver summon on the side of our blue squad for Bathrobe and Bratwurst. Hazu cheating a bit of death here. Let's see, does it show us his cheated death? 12.57 seconds of cheated death here. Not too bad, Hazu. Not too bad. I can actually see. Where's the death? So Hazu's died 3 times. But they were later game deaths. That's why. Oh my god, Muradin's been dead 7 times. 236 seconds of death for Muradin. Youch! Hey, Mr. Bandit. That's enough on the toes, okay? I don't know why we're obsessed about it today, but today's the day. You gotta chill out, my dude. Gotta chill on those toes. Next one's gonna be a bop on the nose. 18 to 14 in our levels, or excuse me, in our kills, 24 apiece in levels. As I mentioned, boss is up soon. Webweaver availability to the side of our blue squad. Muradin has to launch out of there. Masquerade trying to go for the turn-in. Will be able to get it. Celestial Charge going in, looking at Blaze, who gets the Leap of Faith Romando, and there's the Radiating Faith to Ohana. Blessed Shield, beautifully done. Bunker from Blaze buys a small window. Death Knight gets the Soothing Mist for a burst of HP. Wrath of Angiers, nicely done from Yasu. Timeout allows her to get away. Death Knight hearthing for full HP and mana. We'll probably phase shift in immediately. And with blue Web Weavers, I do believe this is going to be the end of map number 1. Don't see a world where this is defended with a Tracer, Muradin, Chromie. Tracer. 46 gems. Whoa, that Riptire hurts. Link to a minion. No auto attack. Oh my god. Another blink. Oh, the core's dying. Alright, the core's dying. Well, as always, as we're getting ready for our next map, if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to drop a follow. If you'd like to support the stream further, it's very much appreciated. We do have a little sub goal going on right now. We're 9 subs away from our April movie night. We've already hit 1 sub goal today from your generosity. But if we can push for another, it's always appreciated as we want to pump those numbers up. So, I'm going to go ahead and run some ads. And before I do so, I just want to remind you that, did you know? And if you have Amazon Prime, you've got Prime Gaming. And if you've got Prime Gaming, you've got 1 free sub here at twitch.tv/Bahamut Gaming. Get yourself some ad-free viewing. Get yourself some amazing emotes. You push our sub goal up. You support the good boy that is Bandit. And I have a deal with the John Cena. He'll deliver a close-handed slap to the penis of Jeff Bezos. Would you like to harass a billionaire today? Subscribe now. Now we'll actually run ads. But subscribe. Consider it. Maybe. I love you. Cald already said it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't actually know the details of this. I don't 100% understand this whole bounty rule thing. Let you know the Twist of the Playoffs will be releasing full information tomorrow on the blah, blah, blah. Each team will have a list of bounties that they can claim. Max bounty of 1 can be claimed per team, per series. Bounties will be things like win a game with Butcher or win a game with all StarCraft heroes. All bounties require a team to win the game. Thanks to the generosity of Kevin, this means the prize pool is now potentially up to 3,600 with 2,000 guaranteed split between top 4 teams and the rest split between bounties. Each bounty is worth $50 to the team, so if you have questions, let me know. Okay. Okay, so essentially, okay, so I get, yeah, so the bounty system, any team who picks something for a bounty and wins $50. Hey, that's really cool, Kevin. I like that a lot. Okay, so that's gonna be, is that for all of the playoffs? Because the playoffs are February 24th, 25th, March 2nd, and March 3rd. Playoff format will be first weekend, 2 GSL style bracket. Alright, whatever. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, I didn't see it, so thank you. That's the bounty, and that's gonna be for the playoffs. Official rules will be posted soon. Oh, dude, I can't wait, dude. That's a really cool idea. I like that. I'm looking forward to see how this goes. I really hope it injects some even more. So I hope it injects even more fun into all of this. All of the playoffs. Wonderful. Wonderful. And the big thing that I have to just figure out with the playoffs is when do those game days start? Do they start later or do they start at the same time? Oh, it's GSL style, so I see. So this is, okay, so it still is, well, it's a lot. Ugh. I don't think I've ever done a GSL style bracket. There's a Group A, Group B, and then there's a playoff bracket, which all of these are double elimination as well. That's really cool. All right, that's really cool. Exclamation bracket will get you over to the Wikipedia, and you can check that out there. Teams don't have to respect the other team, though. Oh, so like, so if Breakfast and Bratwurst is going for an all StarCraft team, and they're playing against Space Goofs, let's just say in this theory. They start early. You gotta wake up at midnight. God, please no. So you could maybe try and like draft deny people. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. Yeah, exactly, Kevin. So now here's the thing, Kevin, because this is something that you all need to nail down. Because, and this is actually like 100%, like no joke. I don't know if you guys thought about this. Because players will try and do this. You have to set the rules that it has to be, you have to either set the rules of it has to be a StarCraft character. Whereas you hit the button for StarCraft and they pop up. Because Li Ming does have, like, there's character skins that are kind of like, she's got her, like, Cosmos skin. So you could, like, argue that it's StarCraft. Or there's, sorry, I'm blanking. There's Johanna with the Orc skin. So if someone's doing an all Warcraft composition and they draft Johanna and use the Orc skin, does that count as a Warcraft character? That's something y'all gotta nail down, because in bingo, like when we do bingo, if it says play a StarCraft hero and I do a hero that's not StarCraft but has a StarCraft-esque skin, then you count that as a StarCraft character. So yeah, make sure you nail that down, because I'm willing to bet there will be a player that's like, well, I have the Warcraft skin, and it's see, it looks just like Warcraft. Think the skin shouldn't count personally. No, I'm not bringing it to a vote. I'm just saying, this is what we do in bingo, and there might be people who try and game the system through that. So just I'm trying to cover your butt, because it's not like I used to write tournament rules for Heroes of Storm tournaments and know how players like to kind of eke out little things here and there when they can kind of find a little loophole. I would 100% clarify, because you know there's going to be someone who's going to be a little stinker about it. You know there's going to be someone who's a stinker about it. Anyways, that's the draft. Battlefield draft. We got an Abathur game. It makes sense. Yeah. For bingo stuff, like it's for funds and whatever. It's not for money. But that's the reason I was being really kind of adamant about, like, make sure you clarify that in your rules, because I mean it's prize money, it's bounty money. People will try and do something. There's one exception, and if it becomes an issue, then it'll go to vote. Okay. Well, hey, Kevin, I look forward to the bounty system. I'm really looking forward to it. But until then, we got to figure out who's going to be going to the playoffs next weekend, and the following weekend, and the following weekend, well, I guess it's 2 weekends, but it's 4 days. Anyways, left-hand side of the map, we got Bathrobe and Bratwurst in the lead in this upper bracket semifinal matchup. Hazuab's playing Stukov? Dino on Kira, Masquerade Diablo, Ultralisk on Li Ming, and we've got a solo lane Death Knight. Interesting. Oh, they had a swapping incident. I blame the one French we have. Not really surprising. Dequaza for the side of Space Goofs will be Urel, X-Ray on the Kerosene, Play Tyrael, Eevee on Genji, and Abathur will be played by Yasuo. Masquerade trolling his own team? No, that couldn't happen. Masquerade trolling his own teammates, and now Hazu's got to play a Stukov. Now, granted, it's Hazuab, so I don't think there's much concern. I don't think Death Knight's gonna really struggle as a Dahaka. But yeah, what's new? What's new? Juice Pirates is on the list. What defines Juice Pirates? I would say Juice Pirates is defined by the play style. In that post level 10, you are just running it at you're I wouldn't say off cooldown, but you're practically using medevac off cooldown. I definitely see how people can get into the weeds on that one. Like cause Juice Pirates can be so many different, like, it's not just Greymane, Tyrael, Morales, Artanis, and Rhaegar, I think, for the Bloodlust. Or not Rhaegar, sorry, Morales, sorry, my brain. Like, there's definitely, like, a really Juice Pirate draft, but you could go Morales and pick up, like, Asmodan, Zagara, like, you could pick up all these sieges. You could pick up a Sylvanas in there. I think you just have to define the playstyle. I think you have to define it like team is using medevac nearly off of cooldown consistently, or post level 10 keeps her being attacked. I don't know. I think there's a way to define the playstyle. Rules are now updated to mention the skin thing. Hey, I hope it helps. Tournament clarity is always nice to have. So it's nicer to have more clarification than less. Yrel jumps over the wall. Ultralisk is the target of some damage, but will not be taken down. Oh, I forgot to start the gamble. I'm so sorry, chat. I apologize. The gamble's going right now. Sorry about that. I completely forgot to start the gamble. I started talking about other stuff. Vile Nest build for... Toxic Nest build for our Abathur. Interesting. No Adrenal Overload. I mean, Karazim and Genji. Not bad targets. Yeah, sorry about that. Gamble's up and available if you'd like to make a prediction. We're a little bit later into the game, so it gives you more time to see what's happened. 1-1 in kills. Objective phase is up and available. Diablo comes in with a Shadow Charge to meet Yrel's Avenging Wrath, and she will pop back the enemy with a Righteous Hammer. But meanwhile, there's a whole lot of Toxic Nest that Yrel is trying to bait people into. And there's some decent damage onto the enemies from that Toxic Nest in the bush. Dequaza a little bit low. Righteous Hammer back the enemy. Masquerade being body blocked a little bit here, but he's not going to be taken down. All right, we got 1,000 on Space Goofs. We got any believers on our Bathrobe and Bratwurst for this game number 2? Avenging Wrath in. There's going to be an Aldruin's Might on the ground as well. Diablo lands the Shadow Charge onto Dequaza, who's doing their best to back away with that Hand of Freedom movement speed. Hazuab spreading the healing pathogen, getting all that gross bio spread, I guess you could call it. Either way, we'll have our objectives raced here. Death Knight and Masquerade zoning the right-hand side. Lands a drag immediately onto this Genji, pops the deflect. There is a point-blank Shadow Charge from Diablo. Did he go into Shadow Charge? No, he's Fire Stomp build. No, actually, no, he's Auto Attack build, sorry. Completely looked at, I saw red-ish, I looked at the wrong talent row. Feast on Fear level 1, and then you have the Life Leech level 4. What are we seeing at 7? It's going to be the Diabolical Momentum. Alright, Bathrobe and Bratwurst start pushing up top lane with the Immortal. Shadow Charge. Not Avenging Wrath, sorry. Revolving Sweep, and that is a dead... Oh! Hazuabs, where were you going, dude? Hazu traded as the Immortal moves into melee range. That's a really good Carnage from Kira. Unfortunately, unable to take down X-Ray or EV. Li Ming, Arcane Orb, finds some max range splash. And seeing the Hearth out. Is Dino going to try and delay this? No, they're going to focus on the fort. Nah, he didn't see it. The Hearth animation was over here. There's no way. There was no vision on that. Mule in the bottom lane is going to start healing up this fort. Top fort has gone down. 3,600 HP on the way for that fort in bottom lane, as we do have a lurking arm from Stukov. Righteous Hammer bops back the Kira. Dequaza a little bit low. Gets dragged by Dahaka. Combo going out from Ultralisk. That's Abathur getting a kill onto Kira. And it's a reset for Li Ming. Doesn't land an Arcane Orb into the enemy right there, as we do have sustained pressure onto Tyrael. Can he get out with an Aldruin's Might? No. Will he get death timer reduction? 19, 18, 16 seconds. So he got about 2 seconds off his death timer as Karazim and friends jump on in and take down Hazuab Stukov. Granted, now there's a drag from Dahaka. Shadow Charge into the wall. Goodbye, Karazim. And Death Knight showing off his prowess. Or I guess his mastery with the Dahaka there. Hey, we got odds on the gamble. Thank you, Chad. I appreciate it. Sorry for the late gamble call. Okay. 10 talent tier is already here, sorry. We have Apocalypse. Oh, we've got the Unrelenting Strikes, my favorite. Big slappy strikes from Kira. Wave of Force Li Ming, Isolation Dahaka, Flailing Swipe Stukov. None of that is even needed because, actually, there was a Wave of Force used, but Li Ming got the reset, so she's back off cooldown. I did hear the Wave of Force sort of audio for that. Abathur Hat plus the Mule in bottom lane bolsters this fort, but that's going to be an Apocalypse into the spinny slappy slaps. Got to figure out a better one for that one. Unrelenting Strikes following up the Apocalypse. Nice little combo right there, and the bottom lane fort will... Death Knight with the all chat by... probably accident, I assume. Alright, we'll finish up cycling through the numbers as this first half of the second Immortal phase goes over to the side of Bathrobe and Bratwurst. Looking a lot more warmed up after that map number 1. Map number 1 was a little bit of a... Kind of a wake-up moment for the side of Bathrobe and Bratwurst. They were struggling here and there. Like, they had a good, strong start. They had some weak mid-game play, and they bolstered back towards the end. But now, Sanctification from the tier, the 7-sided strike was used. There's going to be Ultralisk being dove on by the enemy team. Flailing strikes coming out from Hazuabs have split Yasuo away, but that is a Yasuo clone. Masquerade is going to Hearth out. Now, I do want to point out, we got top lane camp, bottom lane camp pushing in. Karazim punching onto the Immortal, but the other half of the Immortal phase... Excuse me, the Immortal phase here is looking really good for Bathrobe and Bratwurst. Ardent Defender activated as Dino goes in with the Revolving Sweep. Karazim joining in. There's going to be the Unrelenting Strike. Get some decent damage. X-Strike from the Genji. We do have an Overpower onto Masquerade who is trying... Excuse me, a Spin onto Masquerade who's trying to overpower the Tyrael. And now Swift Strike out from Genji. Is there enough damage over time? Damage over time? Damage over time? Shielding from Tyrael. Is it good enough? Shielding from Tyrael is just enough. And Diablo and crew looking to push in through bottom lane, keep front gate.
There is no place where
Fire Stomp for some vision over the wall. Rel jumps in as well. We got the Apocalypse activated by Diablo. 7-sided strike from the Karazim. Flailing swipes out from Hazuabs, who does go down first in the engagement. It is 4v4 technically, as there is that Abathur on the opposing side. He does have Ultimate Evolution if he wants to pop it. The Karazim will go down. Kira's going to be traded. Genji able to Swift Strike away, but now Li Ming wants to chase down this Tyrael, and no, they say no. They say don't chase the Tyrael. It's a great bait. We'll get the keep here in bottom lane. Oh, okay, I blink and Uriel is gone. Literally blinked, looked away for a moment. Sanctification down from Tyrael. Genji clone is trying to take down Ultralisk and will be able to do so. Tyrael. Diablo can't close the gap and he doesn't have a wall to Shadow Charge into. Yasuo clone is gonna expire soon. The Immortal's still getting decent damage. Oh, goodbye, Dahaka! Does Tyrael, or does the Immortal confirm the keep? No, it's gonna be saved. It's gonna be saved, and then here comes Mule. Now, it's not like, oh my god, the keep's gonna be back to full any second. Still have a ways to go in HP. As I had mentioned, the Mule only does 3,600, and there's a total HP of 20,000, and that keep is currently at about 3.5k, so... Need a few more Mules if they want to be able to heal that keep back up to full. But we'll see what happens on Revolving Sweep to start things out. 7-sided strike onto Dino. Able to get the grapple hook away. There's going to be an Apocalypse. Nice X-Strike to avoid the damage. And Genji gets the kill on the right-hand side. Shadow Charge in from Masquerade as this is X-Ray being the target of a heckload of damage. Shadow Charge onto Tyrael. Flailing swipes push back the enemy as a Wave of Force from Li Ming is doing the same. We've got a dead Karazim. That's a reset for Li Ming. Looking for the follow-up onto Tyrael. Bunch of toxic nests in the corridor to try and... Yeah, they're not going to get much value out of that one. But as I mentioned, that keep got muled up a little bit. Way more healthy than it was before. Another mule going to be coming down. It seems like we see priority push into bottom lane with 10 seconds to go on Karazim's death timer and the objective phase up in just about 25 seconds. Alright. Divine Steed. Uriel trying to get in here. Another fight to break out in bottom lane. Sanctification from the Tyrael. Death Knight. Pops his essence. 7-sided strike. They share the pain. Unrelenting strikes from Kira. Get the good stun. The X-Strike from Genji. Daquaz is trying to get out with the damage over time. Tries to pop a bunch of abilities. And Abathur takes down the Li Ming. That's kind of huge. What? That grapple hook max range finds X-Ray. The revolving sweep goes in onto Tyrael. Diablo finds X-Ray. Lurking arm underneath is not enough. There's no wave here, and they want to try and get some damage onto the keep, but unfortunately they can't sustain this too much, tanking those tower shots as Dahaka brush shocks out with like no HP, but Abathur gets the kill. Did he? Oh, he brush stalked into a mine. He brush stalked into a mine. Oh my god. So I'm looking back at the VOD so I can see on the minimap. That is wild, dude. Of all the places you brush stalk right into a mine. Well, Kerosene goes down. Extract from Genji. 16 talent here still to the side of Bathrobe and Bratwurst. What's up, Stark? How you doing, bud? Happy Saturday to you, my friend. I hope you're doing well today. Best of luck trying to murder everyone this afternoon. In D&D. Sorry, not in real life. In D&D. Okay. That was an Abathur clone that was cleared out. That's a dead Tyrael. Reset for Ultralisk. Alright, yeah, Kira pushes up bottom lane. You don't need objective. I think you just go core. Don't do what that team in the earlier best of 3 did. Just end the game. I think they could have, but I understand the safety of this all. Oh, never mind. Ultra said, like, no mana. Never mind. Never mind. Didn't see the Li Ming lack of mana. That actually is critical. You have many questions for me? Okie dokie. Oh, Stark, do you know the answer to this? And I don't think it spoils anything. Does the DLC, so the Intrograde, does that affect Part 2 by any means? Or is Intrograde just like a separate little side story that it... Because I was reading into it, and it sounds like it's just a little side story for like what's happening between Part 1 and Part 2. Not really what's happening, but it's like a little side story of Yuffie getting materia from Shinra or something like that. Unrelenting Strike activated by Kira, but it's denied by a Sanctification of Tyra. The extract from the Genji coming in, and this is a lot of low blue health bars here. Now granted, even if they lose out this fight, it's not like the game's over because there still is forts up and available. It does affect Part 2. Oh, wonderful, okay. I need to figure out how to get that installed, like, tonight after stream so I can start playing it. Because I'm not, like... Obviously, I bought Part 2, and I know you're supposed to get you're supposed to get Intrograde for free, but I'm not 100% sure about that, so maybe there's some account linkage I have to do. I'm not 100% sure on it. Because I thought if you buy Part 2, I thought you got the Intrograde for free. But I also don't have my physical disc, so maybe it's a PlayStation login thing? Maybe I just have to go download it? Oh, does it, Stark? Oh, that's really good to know. Thank you, yeah. The only thing I missed out in my main playthrough was the materia, finishing out all the materias to max, like all the 12 that you need, and I missed one weapon for Best Daddy. Because it's like, I was actually reading into it and I was like, oh, that's very easy to miss, is the Chapter 16 weapon. Shadow Charge, Diablo. Okay, X-Ray is able to back away. I think you get a second bonus material if you have a save when you have a rebirth. Okay. It does affect Part 2. There's a cutscene at the end that's showing of the game spoilers. Oh, that's not too spoilery. Y'all are keeping it very surface, and I appreciate that. To be honest, Intrograde's been out for how long, and I don't know a single thing about it outside of its Yuffie. I'm pretty decent at avoiding content. Like, you know, you see on Reddit, it's like spoilers for movie. It's like, oh, I just won't click on this. I won't read it. I'll just keep scrolling faster. Okay, sorry. There we go. Drag from Dahaka, connecting onto Urel. She gets a Righteous Hammer, bopping back the enemy. Avenging Wrath in. Yasu clone does go down. Mule is saving top lane keep for the time being, as the Immortal phase is going to be spawning in a few moments. Shadow Charge to start things out onto X-Ray. Goodbye, Kerosene. Isolation going wide, but I don't think it matters. Sanctification will be used by Tyrael. Yrel jumps in afterwards. Does she have Ardent Defender? Not for 10 more seconds. Kira's the one to go down. Apocalypse activated by the Diablo. Tyrael smashed into the wall. He's out of here. Yrel is Ardent Defender just now off cooldown, but she pushes back the enemy. Oh, wait, Hellgate in. Hellgate, but the Swift Strike out from Genji. Wave of Force Repulsion? Is Genji now killable? Doesn't look like it. But drag from Dahaka onto Yrel. She does have that Ardent Defender. Lurking Arm is not going to get the silence they're looking for. Ardent Defender expires. One flailing swipe from Stukov. There's another with that controlled chaos. All right. The map continues. Neither team finding a major advantage over the other. Outside of a couple kills. I guess I should say there was no like structural value. They got a couple kills and really that's the advantage they did pull out, but there was no like major damage. Sorry. I'm remembering how to cast in stream chat. Remembering how to do all of this. God, I have missed streaming though. This is I have had such an itch to stream and hang out and chat with all of you, so thanks everyone. Okay, there's going to be a huge Unrelenting Strike with the level 20 upgrade. We didn't talk about the Silent Killer for Yrel, as it's 5 seconds on that heroic cooldown. We'll mention this in a second. I absolutely love Unrelenting Strike for Kira. Oh no! Oh wait, no, they find the Tyrael. Okay. Genji clone is going to be cleared out. So we've got Tyrael able to back. Okay, so what does Silent Killer do? So hitting enemy heroes with Unrelenting Strike silences them for 0.5 seconds and reduces cooldown by 3 seconds. So you get a bunch of those slaps on the enemies. GG's. And speaking of GG's, it's looking like Bathrobe and Bratwurst will be heading into the upper bracket finals later today after our next best of 3. Okay, they're playing with their food. Someone has the mashed potato volcano and the dinosaurs. Sorry. We're like half on the topic of food, half on the topic of everything else. Either way, GG's. GG's. I really wish PlayStation would mail me my Rebirth Part 2 disc early, so that way I could have it like all installed and ready to go. But I have a gut feeling my physical disc for Rebirth is not going to arrive till like the day after, because I Mountain Post. Holy crap, we dropped some subs. Whoopsies. We were 9 subs away from our goal. Now we're quite a few subs away from our goal. That's all right. We've had some pretty decent generosity today, so it is much appreciated.